dive.
During 1978, touring Europe and America, Gabriel carried on his experiment of going into the audience. He was inspired to try something even riskier after reading the book New Games, which he had found through the Whole Earth catalog. The book was a guide to new philosophical group activities, says Gabriel. A group of people fall backwards to the point where if they didn't catch you, you'd do yourself some harm. You had to learn to rely on trusting them sufficiently to catch you. Some people had trouble with that exercise. It was one thing trusting people alongside you to not let you fall on the floor and at worst bruise yourself, and quite another to trust an audience many feet below to cushion you from the harm. The dive, as it became known, started on the tour, the anachronistically named 1984 Tour of China, which started in February 1980. For the encore, he would perform on the air from Mozo repertoire. Larry Fast remembered having to improvise on the synthesizer. When Peter got stuck in the audience, we had to keep the song going for a long time. It was something that could be extended or contracted. Gabriel experimented using different numbers for the dive, including, again, Salisbury Hill, and the apt I Go Swimming, where he would mimic an Edwardian bather on stage and then fall face down onto the awaiting outstretched arms.
The 3.5-week US leg ended in New York. Peter arranged an extra date for New York fans. The gig was at the Diplomat Hotel, a club venue. It was the final date of the tour, and Gabriel thought the rest of the band deserved to experience the exhilaration of the dive. With some trepidation, they all lined up on the edge of the stage. Jerry Marotta, the most strapping member of the band, was also the most apprehensive about falling off the stage. "The crowd opened up in front of him," said Larry Fast. "He had a big beard and looked like a mountain. It was like watching the waters part. I was standing next to Jerry and he did hit the floor. If you see someone like me coming, it's not going to be any problem." We had seen Peter doing it for God knows how many shows, and he had come back and said, "It feels great. It's like a big moving matters that holds you above." It sounded kind of interesting. Normally, there wouldn't have been an opportunity for the rest of us to do it. I felt good about it, so we all dived in. I had a great time. It was almost like defying gravity. There was a little bit of movement. It was like waves on the ocean that don't really carry you out, but don't carry you back in.
The problem was that normally the front rows are made up of, say, smaller girls who are a little shorter, and they don't block the views of the slightly taller people behind them. And that is who you are falling on, although Peter will sometimes take a dive and end up a few rows back.
The following tour of North America ran from October to December 1982, coinciding with the release of his fourth album, Dub Security, which included Lay Your Hands on Me. Gabriel attempted to shift audience complacency right from the start. The band were dressed in black Japanese martial arts type outfits with white knee pads. They entered from the back of the auditorium, pounding out the beat of Rhythm of the Heat on big marching drums, while powerful handheld torch beams combed the auditorium. It was great because people didn't expect it. They thought it was police or security guys coming in, said Gabriel. Later in the set, he would alternate between walking back into the audience, scurrying over their seats clutching their hands, gripping their hands with his hands, or diving in for the aptly titled, Lay Your Hands on Me.
I walk away from light and sound, down stairways leading underground, but still the warmth flows through me, and I sense you know me well. It's only common sense. There are no accidents around here. I am willing. Lay your hands on me. I am ready. Lay your hands on me. I believe. Lay your hands on me. Over me. Over me.
The song was about trust, about healing and sacrifice. It's been misconstrued, with reviews saying that I'm acting like Jesus Christ, and that's not what I'm trying to do with that at all. I am trying to gradually involve the audience emotionally with what we are doing with the music. I feel it's an offering of trust to the audience. Clearly it is a dramatic moment which is contrived, in a way. I am not denying that, but I think the effect is strong because really what an artist is trying to do is engage the viewer, the audience, the listener in what they are doing, and get them to feel and become part of the experience and not separated from it. I think it really works like that. It does help bring people in. Because most concerts are a part of long tours, people think, well, this is going to be the same if I see it in 10 days' time or 2 months' time. And as soon as you involve the audience, you introduce the unpredictable. You cannot know for certain when I am going to get back to the stage, what's going to happen to me down there, and I think it keeps things interesting.
Gabriel, not alone in the rock firmament, can inspire quasi-religious fervor. He probably takes more time and care in replying to fans than most stars, and in one instance met a woman to break her out of her obsession for him, hoping she would realize he was a fairly regular guy. It apparently worked. Some fans like to call themselves Gabriel's angels. In 1977, one shouted to him on stage in Hollywood,
"You are God."
"No, we are just friends," came the reply.
A review of Gabriel's USA tour of 1982 in the Northern Star of Illinois newspaper did not please Mr. Mark Kinsella. He wrote to the editor. In the December 7th Star, Cheryl Holtzman's Peter Gabriel, command climbing a tower-like stand, demonstrating his incredible hold over a crowd, being clapped and chanted to, and finally being swept up by the crowd and passed overhead. I have to ask Miss Holtzman to come of her Gabriel fervor and remind her Mr. Gabriel is only a man. I don't see a man who should be worshipped, chanted to or clapped to. I see a man who may gain the whole world but lose his soul. I see a man who hasn't realized that the humble will be exalted and the exalted humbled. Mr. Kinsella gave his address as Northern Lights, College Ministry of Glad Tidings, Assembly of God.